I remember walking into the synagogue and walking into the room and was blown away at all these people working and making it come together. And this was like 8 o'clock in the morning. I just was so excited to see what it was going to look like when it was really done. But the day was just perfect.
My wedding day was shorter, but I'm a pretty anal, critical person, and someone had called me that morning and said how great everything looked. And when I got there, I was just blown away. Everything was exactly the way we wanted it to be. You know, it was a big wedding. There were a lot of different vendors, and just everything just looked amazing.
I would have to say it far surpassed our expectations.
Yeah, I was very impressed, and I'm not easily impressed. So.
I remember I was on vacation in California with David and his family, and my mom met with Ruth without me, and this was about 10 days after our engagement. And everyone we encountered said, "You have to hire Ruth, you have to hire Ruth." So we met with Ruth and knew it was a perfect match.
No better advertising than word of mouth, and if that many people felt that strongly about Ruth, I think that probably made them comfortable.
Yes.
I'm Ruth, and I'm a professional wedding planner. I own Weddings and Events by Ruth.
Before we hired Ruth, we talked about going to Austin. We didn't know what we were doing. And once we hired Ruth, we were really forced to actually plan and find a date, find a place, find a caterer. So really everything before Ruth did not matter. The process was very efficient. I mean, Ruth set up appointments for us immediately, and we were picking napkins, picking florists, we were at tastings so early on in the process. I mean, Ruth had a checklist that we had to get done, and she reminded us if we did not get things done, and it was extremely efficient.
No matter what curveballs she was thrown, she still hit it out of the park. I think most of the challenges couples go through are different ideas between the bride and the groom, different ideas between the parents of the bride and the parents of the groom. You know, she adapted to what we needed to do and the growing guest list and made sure that the vendors that we were using could handle that. So she had all the bases covered.
We were able to find a new and innovative catering company, and she was confident that they could do it.
So even when you're not working with her, she's working behind the scenes to make sure that things get done.
She lets you give her your ideas and, doesn't tell you what she thinks the wedding should be. She wants it to really be a reflection of us, and it was.
My philosophy in event planning and wedding planning is to take each couple and their story and their personality and their cultural background and traditions and personalize the wedding to reflect who they are. No matter what the trends are in the wedding industry, no matter what everybody else or their friends have been doing when they were planning the weddings, I like to listen to each couple and see what their vision is and bring it to life.
Ruth was available 24/7, available to meet. She's just so down to earth and herself, and really became such a good friend to us.
She was just a joy to work with.
I don't know what we would have done without her.
If one of our friends was getting married and they told us that they were planning on taking care of all the details themselves, I'd tell them they were insane, and I'd give them Ruth's phone number.
I remember saying after our wedding that we kind of missed our meetings with Ruth. Sometimes my cousin would come, and we were a little sad when we didn't meet with Ruth anymore at Corner Bakery.
Coffee with Ruth on Sundays.
Because of Ruth, everyone was able to have such a good time, especially us, and just be carefree and enjoy our wedding day.
It's your wedding day, so you want things to go well, and when they do, you're relieved.
And you're happy.
Yeah.
When I help my clients plan their wedding, my most gratifying moment is at the end of the event when they are exhausted from dancing and the long day that they've been through, but they're stress-free, happy, and whatever they were dreaming of is coming true.